Hello everyone, welcome to my stop along this amazing YouTube hop. I'm showing you here the products I'm going to use today. This is my last piece of Chamel paper from True Stories. This is the very last sheet of paper I have, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to mix it together with some of her two previous collections that I still have oodles of, which is Box of Crayons and Field Trip. I'm also going to be using a sketch today because our focus in the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group is sketches. So anytime I can use the sketch this month to show you how to stretch sketches and use them, I'm going to. Okay, first up, I went ahead and I cut the number paper. I'm going to use this whole sheet of paper today, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that strip across the middle of my page, and then I'm going to flip the paper over and also use it to back my photos. This was a paper from the True Stories paper pad, so it still has the little, so the other side is white. It's not double-sided. It's also not super thick. That's okay though. I think this might have been the first collection I bought a paper pad of and then decided paper pads weren't for me, but that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and mat this up and start to kind of get some of my elements cut and get my page going here. While I do that, I can tell you to please look down below in the description box. We have an entire lineup of wonderful scrapbookers. We are all doing school-themed layouts, and there are so many of us. So there are so many ideas, so many different kinds of different grades, different stages in school that we are going to be documenting and sharing with you today. So I highly recommend you go ahead and take a peek at the link ups down below. Maybe you'll find some new YouTubers that you love to watch. If you are new to my channel and you haven't met me yet, hello, my name is Sarah. I have 2 boys, I have dogs, I have amazing nieces and nephews, so you will find a lot of inspiration, a lot of different topics, a lot of different projects, lots of things. Even if you are a 12 by 12 scrapbooker, I recommend that you check out my Traveler's Notebook videos and also my 8.5 by 11 videos, because even though they might not be the exact size that you scrap in, everything can be altered and everything can be fitted into whatever kind of projects you create. And sometimes there are fun techniques or interesting things in those other types of videos that you can definitely use for whatever kind of scrapbooking you enjoy, even if it's cards. So that washi tape that I just did, I attached it to some white cardstock, and that is from the Box of Crayons collection. Now I'm going to take this Field Trip cut apart sheet. I'm actually going to use 2 pieces from that one. I'm going to use this book piece and also the stars. My layout today is documenting my son when he was in 4th grade. I homeschool my kids. Well, I homeschooled one because one graduated last year. And so we did science experiments and different things around the house, and that's what this is, one of the science experiments that we did when he was in 4th grade. I, like most of you, am probably way behind in my kids' school scrapbooks. I have an 8th grader and a graduated son, but in their scrapbooks, my youngest is in 4th grade. My oldest is just starting 9th, so I have way behind, and I'm just going with it. I like to scrapbook my school photos, but I separate them out, and I tend to forget about them. I don't know what the deal is with that, but anyway. So hopefully you don't find yourself in the situation that I am in, and you will find lots of inspiration to get your school photos documented for your kiddos. This is the 2nd year, maybe 3rd year that I have hosted a school-themed YouTube video hop, and it's actually one that some of my friends every year when it gets to be August, September, they approach me and go, "Are you gonna do this?" So I love doing it. It's so much fun. So you can see here I've taken these little strips and I have gone ahead and added them to my layout. My background paper is just a sheet of white cardstock. I used Basil Marshmallow cardstock for a very specific reason, so I wanted to make sure that I pointed that out to you. Basil Marshmallow cardstock is not bright white. It's a tiny little bit off-white, not cream, but just a little off-white, and that True Stories paper had that kind of almost creamy look to it. So by using the Basil cardstock, I can mix and match with the bright white that's in the box of crayons and the field trip collection, and it will work out really well. So I've added my journaling. That is cut apart from the writing pad from Box of Crayons, and I'm going to add my title. So my title is going to be Science 101. I'm using these gorgeous, amazing red thickers. So these thickers are from the field trip collection, and they're red on one side and they're this beautiful blue on the other. So you get 2 sets of alphabets for the price of 1. Beautiful. And then this is the sticker book from Box of Crayons. These stickers are notorious for not sticking. So I'm adding some Nuvo adhesive to the back of them to give them a little extra stick. They're beautiful letters, but they definitely, as you will find with most American Crafts products, they need a little extra adhesive. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut a ton of stuff. I'm going to grab this one paper from Field Trip. I wanted lots of little bits and pieces, right? So you see that paper from Field Trip, and there's lots of sciencey things, and there's lots of little bits and pieces on it. I'm going to start with these pieces. This is from the ephemera pack. I'm going to kind of decide. Sorry, I'm a little like off to the side. I did not intend that to be the case, but apparently it is. I'm going to fiddle with these a little bit. So I have these elements that I pulled out, and there's a lot of green there. So I know I need to grab some more colorful things. I also have this amazing acrylic piece from Colorcast Designs. This has been in my collection for a really long time. This is from my stash. It's up there with that True Stories paper. So I know I want to use this. I love this Let's Do This card from the one cut apart sheet in Field Trip. So I know I want to use that. And then I have a couple more things here. So I have a camera and I have a number 4. Those are both from Box of Crayons, and I really want to use them because the number 4, he was in 4th grade. And now I'm going to fussy cut. So I'm going to fussy cut a bunch of books. I'm going to fussy cut a microscope. I'm going to fussy cut some of the planets. I'm going to fussy cut just about anything I think that I see that is like sciencey and cool and not green, because I have lots of green there. And so I want to make sure that I can grab. Now, don't get me wrong. Chamel, no one does green like Chamel. Her greens in her collections are my favorite greens ever. They're beautiful. They're just like the perfect shade of green. You can almost, in most of her collections, you can always find a green paper, this beautiful shade of green, and you will like it. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, so moving on then, I'm taking this paper and I'm just going to cut apart I'm going to rough cut all the little pieces that I think I'm going to use on my layout, and then I'm going to turn off the camera so you don't have to watch me do this. And then I'm going to fussy cut all these little bits and sciencey pieces, and we're going to use them on the layout. So I went ahead and I corralled them all together into that little heart-shaped dish there. Oh, my book is hanging out on my desk today, apparently. And I'm just going to go ahead. This is probably, if you watch my videos a lot, you know this is probably like the messiest my desk gets. I'm not a messy scrapper. But this particular day, I was kind of running behind and really, really needed to get this layout done. So you get to see the book I'm currently reading. Okay, I am popping up some of these little bits and pieces, and I'm creating clusters. Yes, I did in fact fussy cut the teeny tiny little bugs. because they were adorable and they worked so well with my science theme. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just picking bits and pieces, creating clusters. I love papers like this where things are smaller to scale, and you can fussy cut them and you can kind of create little clusters. I am a huge fan of not gigantic ephemera. So these types of papers and embellishments are perfect for me. So I'm just going to continue on here, finding empty spaces and adding little bits and pieces. I'm putting some things at an angle and some things straight on, popping some things up on pop dots, kind of spreading my colors around to different areas until I'm happy with the placement of everything. And that's going to be where I leave my layout. Thank you so much for stopping on my... Let me start that over again. Thank you so much for dropping by today on my stop in the hop. Be sure to check out everyone else that's participating. We have some amazing scrapbookers. Christine Mayer is joining us. Audrey Yeager is joining us. Christina Sorge is joining us. So many super talented women. So make sure that you hop around and say hello. I will talk to you all again very, very soon. Have a wonderful day.